Hi guys, it's Rick Shiels down here at Quest Golf Academy, and we are down here with my good friend Rob Potter, mid-handicap tester. And we're going to do a new series of videos testing some drivers and irons that really you guys have picked through social media. We've just had a little catch up with Rob, 20-minute video. You can click the link up there in the corner to find out where Rob has been with his golf this year. Not managed to play loads of golf, have you, Rob?
No, sadly.
A little bit of injury and other circumstances, but you can find out more in the Q&A video we just did before. And we're still off 13.
Yeah.
But he's done that for the reason, so he could still stay in this position and still test clubs as the mid-handicap tester. Is that right?
Love or loathe, I'm staying for now.
So we're going to start off this series of testing with the COBRA King F8 driver. Without question, this was the most requested driver that we posted on social media yesterday. Everybody wanted you to test this bad boy.
Yeah, and I thank you for wanting me to do that as well. And you're picking the clubs you want me to train it.
Yeah, I think it's a better way of doing it. So we're going to do some drivers, some irons. Tell me what you think about the looks of the COBRA King F8.
I like the looks of this. I really do. It's not as garish as I know you've mentioned about with the composite crown. I watched Rick's review on it with the composite crown, and it looks a little bit tailor-made-ish.
100% looks tailor-made-ish.
Very, very tailor-made-ish, but I like the fact it's the garishness, it's been toned down with having the matte grey and the black. For me, it's got better shelf appeal for me. But I actually do like the looks of it. It just kind of, the sole of the plate is something that catches you, and I just think I want to hit it.
Yeah. There's lots of technology in this driver.
Yeah.
With the airflow, you've got the Arcos in the top end, the Arcos 360 or Cobra Connect as they're calling it. You've got the milled face, which again is not something you instantly see on this driver, weirdly enough. It's something you see a bit later, isn't it?
Yeah. You
kind of see more of everything else. You notice that a bit later on. So how we're going to test this, we're going to hit 10 shots, Pro V1's GC quad, get Rob's opinion on looks before we do the testing, and then we're going to look at performance, feel, to give it somewhat of a rating towards the end of the video as well. This has been as close as we can get it fitted for Rob driver as well.
Yep.
What do you think of actually the Robs? Is it a driver that you kind of want to hit?
Yeah, it is. It's one of them I think I could, I'd happily like to get out on a course on a range and just give it a damn good thrashing and really smash it one. It really is. It's one of those.
I think it's a great looking driver.
It does. It is. It looks sleek. I've mentioned before on some of the reviews we did back in the day, it's a bit ninja-ish.
Yeah.
It looks a bit stealth, and I like that aspect to it.
Does it get Rob's approval?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it does.
So all everyone wants to know. Gets Rob's hitting approval. Right, 10 shots, Pro V1s. Join us in a second, and then we'll have a look at some data, and we'll get a bit more feedback on Rob's testing of this new COBRA King F8 driver. Okay, all 10 shots done from Rob. I kind of let him to his own devices there and hit the 10 shots. Just something I didn't mention before at the start of the video. Rob typically hits his driver in and around the 220 carry distance.
Yeah.
Getting up to about 240 to /250 on his best shots. That's total distance. Before we look at the stats, tell me a little bit about what you felt from that driver and any questions around it.
Yeah, felt from the driver. There isn't a lot of feel off it in terms of knowing that you've hit it, but yet I knew when I hit the bad shots.
Okay.
I think that was probably because I knew I put a bad swing on it and I knew what my swing was. Yeah. Interesting.
So strikes highlighted.
Strikes highlighted, yeah. Something I wanted to ask yourself about though, in terms with this mill face, would that be a cause and effect for possibly more spin? Knowing like some putters that have got like mill grooves in them. Could that be an effect? I'm not saying that it was technology's fault that I sprayed it. I did spray it, but could that have an adverse effect?
With the milling of the face, and I can 100% see where you asked that question, because we normally only see milled faces in putters. and in wedges. And the milling of the face will have, from my understanding and the evidence that I've seen so far, minimal effect on directional curvature. And the reason being is I don't feel like they're almost deep enough. Okay. I feel like it's a very light milling. The reason why it's milled is to keep very consistent thicknesses and thinness through the face. Okay. Not so much to change spin rates at all. If you look at like a putter, and if you certainly see a putter that's milled, and they're quite aggressive milling. Yeah. That's super, super light milling. I'm not ruling it out because if I'm honest, I don't know the answer fully, but I wouldn't imagine it's going to make a huge influence on direction. No.
Oh, that's fair enough then.
However, the shots you hit definitely had a favoritism to it.
Yeah.
Now this is a draw driver. It has a draw bias to it, only slightly on this one, but it does have a draw bias. It's not what the shots we kind of saw on screen. We saw shots favouring the fade more. Definitely had more of a curvature to the right. Some very interesting numbers. Certainly not the best I've ever seen you hit a driver. Certainly not the best driver I've ever seen you hit. We've got carry distance of 209, which isn't amazing. I would say that's about 10 yards short of where you should be normally.
That's what it was when I first came to you.
Yeah, I think that's 10 yards short of where we need to be. 226 total distance, a spin rate of 2,500. Now, we saw peaks and troughs of that. We saw spin rates of nearer to 4,000 and also dropping under 2,000. Quite inconsistent. Our best driver shot finished at 249, was it? Or 247. So the best shot was phenomenal, but the worst shots weren't great at all. No, it didn't seem to give you a great deal of forgiveness.
No, it didn't. It certainly got a bit of punishment with it. And fair enough, if I get punishment, I get punishment. I hit the bad shot. But I said, when you hit it out the screws, it goes. But I didn't know that I'd hit it out the screws. No, that was the thing.
I think there was 2 shots out of the 10 there. I was like, wow, okay, that works. Yeah. But a lot of them didn't. From as an observer, didn't sound that bad.
No, the sound off it again. It's not a typical like bang, you've hit a good shot sound. It's the same sound across the face. When I saw like the insert with this mill thing, I saw the insert part to it. I classed that as an insert. I was like, are we going to get a bit of feel, a bit of that old springiness kind of feel possibly? And there's zero. There's nothing from that. I didn't get a lot of purchase off that.
So feel and kind of and sound as well, probably quite matched up together. I kind of want to give this a bit of a rating. So I think it's important that we come out of this with some level of a conclusion. On performance, we're basing performance on distance, forgiveness, and kind of directional, forgiving factors. Out of 10, what rating would you give that? Out of the 10 shots you've just hit?
For me, how I've hit it today, I'd say a 6.
Yeah.
I'd have to go that low because I was spraying it.
Yeah.
And I was spraying it. It was pretty much all to the right.
Yeah, it definitely had more of a favoritism to the right, without question.
Yeah,
we could maybe shift more weight in that heel, but really, typically, you're not a weight in the heel type golfer. No. You can play in pretty normal, neutral, I would say. Yeah. When I tested it, and this is really interesting again, because even though it has a bit of draw bias, I was not finding that at all the case. Really? I wasn't finding it overshaping, and I overdraw it. I wasn't seeing that to be the case. I think 6 is a very fair conclusion. I think it's probably, it kind of hits the right mark. It did okay, but nothing that really wowed us at all. On field. How would you see it on feel?
Feel-wise, again, there's not much feel on it at all. Yeah. I really can't give a feel to it. A number.
And this would be kind of feel and sound. So
feel and sound. It's kind of much of a muchness. If I was going to go on numbers, I'd probably say a 6, or a 7 on feel and that. It's not like I dislike the driver though. Yeah. I do like the look of the driver. I love the fact it's got the Cobra Connect into it. I love that idea that you can track it a wee bit, and I like that idea of it. I like the concept.
It's a really interesting driver, this, for me, because I feel like before you did the 10 shots, you're looking at that and going, wow, this is the real deal.
I was really looking forward to it.
It's got the contrast, but it's not overbearing. It's got the technology. It's got everything that I would expect you to love about this driver, and a lot of people will love about this driver. But it definitely had more of a fade, and it didn't seem to hit the numbers that performance-wise that we'd like to see it. But really interesting, because it has all the potential to do so. It just didn't seem to do in your hands today.
Yeah, it could be one of them when it comes down to custom fit that we'd have to play about with weight so much. We'll be doing a long time in custom fit to get the weights right to get, or it could just be, I've had a bad day. you know, it could be one of those.
I don't
scenarios.
believe that for a second, Rob. So out of effectively a 20 score, 10 on performance, 10 on feel and sound, we rated that, I would say, a 12, 6 and 6.
6 and 6, I think it was. We said.
So 12, even though it was a club that Rob wanted to smash, it gave Rob's looks very approving, but didn't give us the numbers that we were after on that particular test. But really interesting to do that. Guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that thumbs up button. Comment down below. Have you had an opportunity to test the COBRA driver yet? I'd love to hear your thoughts. We're going to move now on to maybe a set of irons, and we're going to move back to a driver. Stay tuned. More videos coming. Go and check Rob out on Twitter. He's unlocked his account now, so everybody can go and access him. Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button, and we're going to test some more products with Rob Potter, mid-handicap tester. As always, giving us his fair and honest approval and ratings on all the golf clubs. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.